So the question is, how do you gamify a business? How do you go about gamifying a business? And with the game or die formula, this really starts with the O, the starting part, which is outcome. What you really need to think about is, what is the outcome you're really trying to achieve? Are you trying to get more clients? Are you trying to make meetings be more effective or efficient? Are you trying to recruit a better type of employee? Get more applications? What is the outcome? So what is the epic win? What is the victory? What is the win? How do you create the win? Here are some questions that'll help you start to define this process and what you're really thinking about. One of the things you want to really be aware of when you're gamifying any process is, one, making it fun. Is it really something people want to be engaged in, will be engaged in? Because when you're gamifying any process, if you're just forcing it down people's throats, it doesn't respond well. It's got to be something that, they want to participate in, and it has to be voluntary. That's one of the fundamental elements of games, and why games are so powerful, because they are voluntary. So here are some good questions. What's the main problem you're trying to solve? And you might be solving it for the boss, the manager, the owners, the customer support. What area, what division? It might be simple. In the classroom, you're trying to teach the kids and get them to have a B grade or an A grade average. Like, what's the customer you're trying to solve? Not the customer you're trying to solve, the problem you're trying to solve, and how you're trying to address that. We teach people to focus on the win. What is the epic win? Because that defines that main problem, and you can start breaking down that problem. You can start turning that into quests and levels, but that comes in one of the later steps. You might want to start thinking about, as you're thinking about this problem, is that, how do I go through that level mastery? Like, where am I right now? What are some of the other problems I'm trying to I encounter that you might want to solve? But we'll focus on that later. And some of the other elements you want to be thinking about, what are the challenges that a customer needs to engage, and how do I solve those problems? Like, it's one of the fundamental challenges is they don't have a computer access, they don't get online, they don't get out of bed, they get distracted by social media. Like, what are some of their other problems and issues? Because you want to work that into the framework and structure it. But when you mainly start, you're starting with the end in mind. What is the main problem you're trying to solve? Once you wrap it around that, you can break down all the other elements of the formula, and it all begins to make sense. If you focus on, how can I just put points and badges right now into this process, it's not going to make sense. It's not going to work long term, and you're actually going to have a detrimental impact. So really start focusing on, one, what's the main problem you're trying to solve, and then break that down into the elements to show progression. How do I go from where I am right now to mastery? How do I master that? And that's what the game or die formula will really help you work through when you go through all of the steps. It is a formula that we created. It's a full outline step process. And if you complete all the steps, you have an amazing game design and gamification process. See you in the next video. Ben Bressington signing out.